My first Bible stories. My first Bible stories. The creation story. In the beginning, before time began, there was nothing. Nothing to see, nothing to hear, nothing to touch or smell. There was only silence. God moved alone through the inky darkness. Then God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was covered by water. Let there be light, God said. It was faint at first, a flicker in the darkness that grew and grew. It became a glowing ball that pushed the gloom aside, soft and yellow, then red, pink, and dazzling gold. God delighted in his love lines, the changing light. When the light faded into darkness, he named it night. It was the very first day of the world. On the second day, when the light came back, God made the sky. It was a soft, bright blue. It hung over the earth. It like canopy. On the third day of the world, God drew back. The choppy water was so that solid ground appeared. The great pools of water blue like the sky and shimmering in the light. He named seas. He called the big muddy areas of ground land. The land was flat and bare, so God shaped it into mountains, plains, and deep valleys under his guiding. And greenery covered the earth, grasses and plants over the size, every size, shape, and color took root, opened, and vines coiled upward, dressed the spray from the ground. Mami, wag na. Ground, their branches itching for the sky, growing tall, heavy with fruit. The earth had become lush and green and brimmed with the plant life. On the fourth day, God said, "Let there be sign to mark the day and the night." Had He made the fiery sun to show the day, and the gently moon to shine at night. During the day, the moon hid in the shadow. At night, the sun turned in its golden face away, while the moon cast its silvery beams overhead. God also brightened the night sky. The millions upon millions tiny glittering stars. He felt pleased with the beautiful world He had created. God's new world was a piece of full land filled with flowers, trees, and rushing rivers. But there were no birds to perch in the trees. There were no bees to buzz from flowers to flower, nor fish to leap. Brought the heaviest waves. The only sound were the whisper of the wind among the leaves and the waves lapping the shores. On the fifth day, God filled the water with living creatures. Suddenly, the sea teemed with fish that moved as one. He made whales that sent plumes of spray high up into the sky, and dolphins that lived playfully in the and out of waves. He made jellyfish that swam like moonlight, jellyfish that sparkled like precious stones, and tiny crabs that waved their claws on the golden sand. On the sixth day of the world, God said, "Now let there be creatures on the land and the earth begin to shake with the thunder of 1,000 feet." The words hummed with voice, large and small, justly to be heard. Regular lions prowled beside mighty elephant and rhinos. Monkeys swung through the trees, crackling to each other, and bears lumbered through the thunderground. Fierce animals paced side by side with the gentles of God's creature, everyone, the tiny squirrels to the tall giraffe, was looking for a new home, so like the cool of snowy mountains, winds on summer fled the heat of the rainforest. Snakes slid into the jungles. Crocodiles sighed in rivers, and squirrels climbed into trees. The world had pulsed. God looked around and was happy with what he saw, but something was missing. Who will care for all the animals? God asked himself. He took a handful of earth and shaped two creatures who looked like him. He called them man and woman. As God poured his breath into the man and woman began to move. They opened their eyes and stared around them into their feet. They stood in front of God, holding hands as to their feet. They stood in front of God, holding hands, and beautiful and innocent as the new world. God blessed them and named the man Adam and the woman Eve. Your job is to look after the wonders I have created, he said. You will rule over the fish in the sea, the bird in the sky, and every creature on the earth. You will have fruit to eat and water to drink. I want you to enjoy your life. I fear.
Bukas naman.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.